Okay, so I'm packing up my studio because I'm leaving, but I thought I would talk about my sketchbooks and the tape I use in my sketchbooks today. Okay, so I actually went home because there were people in my studio and I wanted to be able to film and talk at the same time, but the reason that I'm talking about my sketchbooks and the tape that I use is that I've had a few questions in the comments about them, so I thought it would be useful to do a quick video on both of them. So I'm going to talk about the tape first. The tape I use is this tape, and I just buy it in the local art store, and it says Cipher on it, but I haven't actually been able to find it online, so I won't be able to leave a link, but it's a very sort of thin tape and it's low tack, and it's almost a bit like washi tape, which is, I think it's Japanese, and it's just very easy to peel off. I hope with my description that you'd be able to find your own. I'm going to be moving soon, so I'll have to find some of it online as well probably. But I've got a page here in my sketchbook that I've actually got some tape on at the moment because I haven't finished it, and just to show you how easily it comes off. But when you paint to the edge, it doesn't go under the tape. And what I do sometimes is I actually press down quite hard on the edge where the painting is, and I don't press down on the outer edge, so that just to give it less chance of pulling off the paper when you do pull it off. Having said that, it does sometimes pull off the paper, and actually I find it depends on what sketchbook you're using. And I'll talk a little bit about that when I go over the sketchbooks. Okay, I'm just going to interrupt myself here because I did talk about the sketchbooks and I didn't actually go over the thing about the tape, so I thought it was better to put it in here rather than at the end. So the thing about this tape is that people often say in the comments that it never pulls the paper off, and that's not actually true. It sometimes does pull the paper off. So for example, on this painting here, you can see that the paper got pulled off. Now I just sort of pushed the paper back down and you couldn't see it very much, and perhaps it doesn't matter so much in a sketchbook. I'll be talking more about the quality of the paper, but this sketchbook is actually 200 GSM. I don't know if the weight of the paper makes a difference, but I find in this Seawhite sketchbook, it tends to get pulled off more easily than in the Hahnemuehle sketchbook, so that might be something to consider when thinking about your sketchbooks and sort of testing your sketchbooks. And the other thing is that if you do find that the tape you've got is too sticky and is pulling off your paper, then what you can do is you can get a pair of jeans or some kind of material that isn't going to have bits coming off it. There's a name for that and I can't remember what it is now. And you just literally, I've got a pair of jeans here actually, and you just literally get your tape and you just put it on the material and pull it off, and that just reduces the tack on the tape a bit, and I do sometimes do that. But anyway, let's get back to the video. Okay, so I want to talk about the sketchbooks now, and I'm going to talk about the sizes that I use first. So the two sizes that I've used in my videos are this, which is an A4 size, and this size, which is A5. Now I find this A4 size really great for having in the studio and for doing bigger sort of sketchbooks and getting a lot of ideas down on the page. So for example, I've got this one here where I did a sort of medium-sized painting here, and then I was able to do some colour swatches here. I wrote some notes, and then on this side of the page I divided it up into 4. This is just the width of the tape, and then here I put the tape not all the way to the edge, so the border was a bit thinner. I mean, that might not be a great size for taking out and about, but I think it's a really nice size to have in the studio. And then the other size that I've used, like I said, is the A5 size, and that is really nice for doing landscape paintings. And And again, you can put your tape, you don't have to use tape, but if you put your tape around, it makes quite a nice size inside, I think, for landscape, but you could use it for other things. And then you can, with all the sketchbooks that I'm talking about, you can paint on both sides. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the types of sketchbook. So I've just got 2 sketchbook types here. These just happen to be the 2 that I'm using. I'm not saying that they're the best ones. I've probably used different types along the way, but at the moment these are the 2 that I've got. So I've got this Seawhite of Brighton. You can see that on the back of the sketchbook. And I've also got this type here, which is it's Hahnemuehle. I hope I've said that right. And on the back of their sketchbooks, it doesn't say that, but it has a kind of bird here, or a hen or something. So just to compare these 2, the Hahnemuehle that I've got is actually 250 GSM, and the Seawhite of Brighton is actually 200 GSM, so it's not quite as heavyweight as this one, and that just means that the paper isn't quite so thick, but I'm not sure if it really matters with a sketchbook. You can see that it's buckled a bit more, but I think you would expect that as the paper on this one is a bit thinner. The other difference is that the Seawhite of Brighton is a brighter white than the Hahnemuehle. I think you probably only really notice it if you directly compare them. But I do actually like the Seawhite when I'm doing monocolour paintings, because I just think it's a really nice clean look. But I've done them in the Hahnemuehle book as well, and I think that's also fine. Try both, or maybe you prefer to have a brighter white, or you like the look of the Hahnemuehle. It's really personal preference. Okay, so that's the sketchbooks. Now, as a bonus, I'm just going to talk a little bit about this one here that I bought recently. This is also Hahnemuehle, and I'm planning on doing at the moment I'm planning on doing a video about a trip to Scotland I did in this, and they call it a zigzag book, and it's a kind of concertina sketchbook, and you can open it right up, and the paper is really thick. It's 300 GSM, so I'm expecting that to be really good quality, and I'm actually really looking forward to using it. So hopefully once I do, I'll make a video about it. Okay, so I really hope that you've enjoyed this demonstration about the sketchbooks I've been using, and that you found it useful. And if you want to see some videos about my watercolour paintings, then just look at my channel, and if you like the video, please hit like, and please also consider subscribing to my channel. Okay, thank you, bye.